I hear the people on the internet are calling them analog hobbies. I just call them a few moments of peace, rest, and a way just to bring myself back to me. And not everything that brings you peace needs to be turned into a skill, a side hustle, a personality trait, or some way to monetize it. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. My hobbies, I don't call them hobbies. I'll tell you what I call them when we get into it later. I want to talk about the hobbies that I have really been pouring into that allows for me to have rest and peace and just a little bit of me. They really are care practices for me. So I ran across a YouTube video a few days ago, and not YouTube or any of the other social media platforms. I say YouTube because that's really the only one that I'm on. As soon as you come across something, then it comes up in your algorithm. So I'm hearing the term like analog hobbies or analog living, that slow living, less screen time, less stimulation, and I guess it's trending right now. But I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, like, I've been living this way really my whole life, but for the last, I would say, 5 years for sure. 5 years for sure. And I want to talk about how I came into these hobbies. I'm calling them hobbies because that's what the world refers them to. But I'm going to tell you the difference why I don't call it a hobby. But how I got into these practices, how I got away from them, and then how I am doing them, like how I'm integrating them into my life right now. So we're going to do a little bit of show and tell. I have some things down here that, of course, I want to show you. So the first thing, okay, first, let me tell you the story first. I was in fourth or fifth grade. I'm thinking fifth grade, but I'm a little older now, so I can't really remember. But it was either fourth or fifth grade in we'll just say Miss K's class. And after class one day, and I remember it being like late in the afternoon, she asked me, and the way our classrooms were set up, it was like a they were classrooms that were separate, but they were kind of connected to each other. Like you could go down the hall and go to like four different classrooms. So Miss K asked a few of the girls in my class, and I guess I don't know why she picked us, but she asked a few of the girls in my class and a few in another class if we wanted to stay after school and basically like have like a arts and crafts group. And I have always loved a good old arts and crafts moment. You hear me? And it was birthed with my grandmother, like I talk about in my book Release and Renew. I wish I had that with me with all my things here. But my grandmother cultivated my creativity, and I really, really cherish her for cultivating that in me. But back to the story. In Miss K's class, she asked a few of us girls if we wanted to stay after school for a arts and crafts club or whatever. And of course I said yes. So I don't know if it was the next day or the next week, but the next time we were after school in the classroom, she pulled out cross stitching. And I didn't know what cross stitching was, but I was interested. I wanted to do it. And she pulled out the I can't even think of the proper term. And here I am, been doing this for years. She pulled out a kit for us with the thread, with the needle, with the flat white sheet that you would do the design on. And she told us a little bit about it, and we started doing it. She's kind of showed us the premise of how to do a stitch. And then she let us kind of freestyle, and then she gave us a pattern to do. And from that moment, I have always done cross stitch. Again, there's been periods in my life, of course, where I didn't think about cross stitching. I put it down for years, and every time I pick it back up, it just brings me so much joy, which is, again, I've been doing it again, you know, as a part of my practice for, I would say, about 6 years now. And my parents, that when they put up their Christmas tree, they still have like all of our old, me and my brothers, any type of old ornament that we made in elementary school, they still have them. And one ornament till this day, my mom still puts on the Christmas tree. It's this little cross stitched black angel that she puts on the Christmas tree. See, if I was editing this video, I could insert these pictures, but we're doing this 100-day challenge just to come here, show up, talk to you, and record. And I had only seen like, older people like grandmas cross stitching. So I was like, oh, this my grandma hobby. Like I became a grandmother in the 5th grade. Not really, but really. Um, and this is the one that I am working on right now. Trying to get it for you here. It's going to be like a little beach scene. I'll show you what it actually looks like because I am following a pattern. I'll show you what it's going to end up looking like. I'm almost done, but if you know like anything about cross stitching and this, and the thing is, this, I'm not rushing to do this. I'm not rushing to finish it. I've probably been working on this one for over a year because I just pick it up, and when I have a few moments, put it down. I will take it. I have all of the items inside of this like little Ziploc baggie here. And when I'm going somewhere where I might have a long wait or something like that, I'll take the kit with me just to do some cross stitching while I'm sitting there. So that's one of my grandma hobbies that that I really enjoy. Also, I recently picked up puzzling. Yes, puzzling. Again, now, of course, like when you're, I would say like in kindergarten, 1st grade, or whatever, preschool, like you put together puzzles, but I would definitely say I had not put together a puzzle since I was in like 6, 7 years old. But a few months ago, I had some time to kill before I went to an appointment or somewhere. So I went into the store and just killing time, just walking around, looking around, walking down each aisle. And I went down the puzzle aisle, and it was just something that called to me to grab this puzzle. And I grabbed it, didn't think too much about it, went to my appointment, came back home, just put the puzzle up. I didn't even start it right away. And then one evening after I had logged off from work, just wanting to decompress, I opened up the puzzle and I started doing it. I started separating it, by color. I think this one was like a 300-piece puzzle. And when I tell you, it was the one of the most relaxing practices I have ever done, and I did not expect it. It was just something about just sitting there sorting the pieces, getting everything lined up, not being in a rush, not really trying to stress myself out to find the matching pieces. Oh my God, puzzling has been such, and again, like when you think of puzzling, you think of like grandmas doing puzzling. So far, I've only done one. And then when I told my mom that I had started, she bought me one. So I have another one that I haven't started yet. And the thing about these hobbies or practices is that I am not rushing to finish them. I'm not rushing to make sure they're perfect. It's just a way for me to practice rest and peace, and a way to just decompress in a life, in a world, should we say, that is just very noisy, very, hustle, produce, do more. And these are just my ways. And again, I've been living like this, I would say intentionally, for like 6 years. Like, this will be a whole nother video, but like, I live my life on silent, talk about no stimulation, like no notification. I have no notifications on anything. My phone is on silent. Every device I have is on silent. And it's been that way for about 6 years. Yes, that could be a whole nother video. And then the last old lady activity, this ain't really an old lady or grandma activity, but it is a part of a rest practices. My rest practice is the paint. I paint freehand. I just enjoy painting. But I also had picked up several of the painting by numbers, again, just as like a rest practice. And it's just so soothing to just like sit on your balcony or sit on your patio, have your easel up, have your cup of tea or a mocktail, and just paint and not be in a rush and not trying to do anything perfectly. But the paint by numbers, that's been a thing. Again, I paint free-handed too. If you saw some of my other videos that I'm doing over these 100 days, I can't even keep up with the day. We're on the 20 something right now. Today is 20 something. You can see me in my corner where I paint. So those are the three that I wanted to talk about today. And I do a lot of things. I do pottery, jewelry making. If it's a creative practice that isn't about me trying to be perfect or make money, it's just for me, it's just bringing me joy, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna at least try it one time. And I have literally probably tried every single cake decorating, all of the things. Last summer I went down like a heavy like mocktail journey, like just creating cool mocktails at home because I don't drink. And here's the thing. If you've been watching my videos or if you're new here, I burnt out in corporate America in a healthcare leadership role, 6 figures. I left, I took a sabbatical, I did the things. And as I think back over my corporate career, I've shared in other videos that I feel like I burnt out because I wasn't doing anything anymore that brought me joy. All of these creative practices that I used to do as a kid, even as a young adult, a teenager, I just stopped doing it because we're chasing the titles, we're chasing the accolades, we're chasing the money. I chased it all and got it and burnt out doing it. So I just feel like I'm now in a place of where I am just moving way more intentionally about my life. That's why I talk about these type of topics. And I'm bringing all of these practices that allow me to rest and find peace and just integrating them into my regular everyday life. No lie. One day, during my 9 to 5, I just had a break in between my next meeting, and I picked up my cross stitching and I just like cross stitch for 15 minutes, just like to switch my brain to something else before I have to jump into another meeting. And I found that, very, very, very helpful. So The reason why I do not call my cross stitching, my puzzling, my painting, my pottery, my jewelry making, all of the ways that I practice creative expression, the reason I don't call them hobbies is because if you're not careful, listen closely, hobbies can turn into just something else that you have on your to-do list that you need to check off, something else that you're trying to get good at or perfect. And that's just not what these things are. I call them creative rest practices. And creative rest, which is a type of rest, there's 7 types of rest. Creative rest is taking a break from analyzing and problem solving and finding a way to pour back into yourself using creativity. And that is what these things are to me. They are not hobbies, they are creative rest practices because I am not in a position of trying to produce or output or perfect anything. These are all for me that bring me joy, that bring me peace, that bring me a level of rest. So, do you see the difference? Do you see like why I really don't refer to them as hobbies? Because it's not about me mastering, becoming a cross stitch master, or me becoming the next Picasso, or me mastering these techniques, these practices. It's just to bring me joy. It's just for me to relax. It's just for me to have a moment of peace and rest. So I made a list of some, analog, what the girls are calling them on the internet, some analog, low tech, low skill activities you can try. And again, this isn't about you having the skills to do it, or I don't know how to do it. It's just like trying it. Because oftentimes, like, the fun of trial and error and finding creative rest practices is a good thing too, because you're trying out things and really finding what fits for you. So again, you don't need to be talented or have some skill set or some mastery. It's about exploration. It's about finding the things that bring you a little bit of joy, a little bit of calm, a little bit of peace, and a little bit of rest in your life. And before I go into the list, I don't want you to. Here's the thing for us, as I'm trying to say this correctly. Us as women who identify as driven, purpose led, ambitious, high achieving, goal oriented, we are oftentimes so wound up that we don't even allow ourselves the time, the space, the room to do anything for ourselves, let alone find a creative rest practice. So, if you try this, which I really hope you do, I really hope that after you watch this video, you go find something that you can try and experiment with that will bring you some type of rest, peace, calm that is analog and that you don't look at as a hobby, because again, this isn't about you mastering or perfecting anything. So some things you can try: so cross stitching, puzzling, paint by numbers. You can find those on like in you can find all these things like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Walmart, Amazon, adult coloring books. That's gonna be my next one, because I've been looking at like marker sets, and I think I want to do the adult coloring next. Knitting or crocheting. Oh, I listen. My mother crochets, and she crochets real good. And when I was a kid, because again, listen, here we go, grandma. Even though my mom isn't a grandmother, yet. I remember my mom cross stitching when I was a child. And again, in my mind, as I'm thinking about that, that was her creative rest practice. That was something for her to do after she came home from work, to wind down, to find some moments of peace and some rest. But she did try to teach me how to crochet multiple times. And for some reason, I just could not get it. But I'm in a season of trying again. And I think I might, next time I go to my parents' house, I'm gonna be like, Mom, I want you to try to show me how to cross stitch again. You can try like handwriting letters or journaling, sketching with no plan, even if you're not good at drawing, just sketching. I had a season where I was doing nature journaling. So what I would do, I walk daily. So I would take my phone with me, and if I saw a flower or a plant or just something interesting out in nature while I was walking, I would take a picture of it, and then I would come back in and I would sketch it, like just a rough sketch. And again, if I was editing, I would insert me doing this here. You can also try, because I had this one, Polaroid or disposable photography. I recently did this. Um, with a friend. We actually took a class and it was so much fun. Now we nearly had a heat stroke out here in Florida because the class, he taught us about like the history of the Polaroid camera, and then we were able to go out and walk downtown and take pictures of things, and it was so much fun. So after that class, I was thinking about buying a Polaroid camera, and I kind of still am. So that might be something you can try. Again, we're all taking a lot of pictures on our phones, but just another way to do something that's, non digital, analog, non really techy, and just experiment and explore. Or you can try, I have this on the list, the adult Lego sets. Now, I've never tried those, but I wouldn't be against it. So you can see how much joy like these types of things bring me. And it's really important for us as ambitious, driven women to find moments of time to take care of ourselves. And I really do find these creative rest practices, again, not hobbies, they're creative rest practices, as forms of care, as forms of taking care of myself. Unlike healthcare, it's like caring for your health, your wellness, and your well-being. So again, if you try these, let me know down in the comments if you have a hobby or creative rest practice, what it is, because I want to know. And I want to know which creative rest practices that you're interested in maybe trying. Let me know down in the comments. I'm Erica Prevail, and I share daily conversations helping driven, purpose led women rework their relationship with ambition, capacity, rest, and creativity. If you haven't liked this video, subscribe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.